Hey, bud. How's Florida?
John, how was your week?
Good. How's Florida?
Uh, really humid.
Oh, I hate the
I got
humid.
an alligator right now. He's chewing on my foot, irritating.
Hey, you were going to go see The Cure too? Did you go see The Cure?
Geez, John, you're blowing it. Now everybody knows we didn't go a week. We haven't gone yet, John. That's
Yeah, but when they're watching, oh, you are not very bright.
Well, what am I going to say? I went
Yeah,
and
but
saw them.
you've already seen The Cure a million times. You know how
Oh,
great it's going to be. All
they
you
were
had to
fantastic, John.
thank you, gosh, because by the time this thing posts, we will have already been long back from
We're
Florida.
like time travelers, John. I never
Yes,
realized that.
you are not
Whoa,
very bright.
you just blew
Okay.
my mind.
What was the one we were gonna talk about something today? I was gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Uh
What's one thing you wish
oh
photographers
yeah, I
would
know.
do?
Yeah. So today let's talk about I got it over here. Let me pull it over here so I can read it and actually look like I'm looking at the camera. So if there's one thing you wish photographers would stop doing, like knock it off, just what would that be?
I can't do this
Why? Because I
because
do
I
it.
can't come up with one. Okay, I've got more than one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If there was a few things
Okay.
that you wish photographers would stop doing, what would a few of them be?
Thinking about equipment all the time. I mean, I'll do a presentation. I'll finish with the Ghost of Auschwitz-Birkenau, and
Yeah,
somebody will say, what shutter speed did you use?
I'm
Uh,
trying not to laugh.
or they'll post a picture on social media and list, Canon R5, 24-105, f8, ISO 100, shutter speed 125.
I never have
So,
understood what the value of that is. I don't get
well,
it.
I think I've told this story before. I had some publication and invited me to publish my work, and I sent the images, and they said we need to have the specifics of camera, lens, shutter speed, aperture, ISO. And I said, well, I don't do that. And they weren't going to publish the images. And I think I declined because it
Wow.
is offensive. It is ridiculous.
I don't,
Uh,
yeah. Seriously, somebody in the comments below. I love when YouTubers do that in the comments below.
I'm a,
After you have clicked, subscribed, and shared, tell us. I mean, what is the value? If you're asking for that information, Cole and I are dumbfounded. We don't know. I
oh,
mean,
here's the
what
implication. Wow, I love that image. What were your settings? What lens did you use? The implication is somehow, if I knew those settings, I can go create that image. Now, are they going to go and try to imitate it? I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
it's weird.
Or
Okay, what's
makes
one? Well, I won't go on to another. What's one that irritates you?
gosh, I don't that's a big one right off the top of the head. You go next one. I'll think here because I
Okay,
honestly don't
this will
have one.
offend people and it'll offend you maybe. I absolutely hate putting your little signature over your image. To me, that is offensive to
Uh,
cover the image with this script, Cole Thompson. Reminds me of my mother who used to see the Volkswagen Beetles, the Baja version with the engine that was exposed. And she says, oh, that's just vulgar. And that's not kind of how I feel. To,
really?
to cover up a portion of your image with the script is just, to me, terrible.
So when you send a print out to somebody, when they buy a print, how do you do that? You don't sign it?
No, it's below the print.
Oh, so it's in the mat.
Yeah, well, yeah, on the print or on the mat, but it's never on the image. And you see images posted online and
Sure.
John Barclay Photography. And I know the what people say. I hear well, they want people to know who took it, or I don't want someone to steal it. Well, you could steal it.
That's easy, especially now,
Yeah.
especially with content aware
Yes.
remove or whatever that healing
Yeah.
brush now that we now have in Photoshop and Lightroom, which is a AI removal tool, which by the way is ridiculously good. Yeah, that's gone
Now,
out.
like who did the statue of David? Is that Michelangelo?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he signed his penis? Come on. It's just offensive.
Where did that come from?
It's like
Okay.
ruining the
I
art.
think we're
It's
going to get
part of the
censored on.
art.
Yeah, it's going to get censored on that one. Man, I'm struggling to come up with things. What do photographers? Oh, I
Well,
got
you're
one.
on tours.
I got one. telling others how they feel about their images unsolicited.
Unsolicited.
Oh my God, you should. Using you should. There's another one.
Or the more polite version of you should, if this were my image.
Oh, that's a good one. You know, if this were my image, this I would move the barn over to the
Yeah,
right side
yeah.
instead of left. Yeah. That's why I said, I think in our last video last week, I spoke about using the language of you might consider. And seriously, I do that. And I don't tell them you should in the field. Say
I
when
don't.
they ask for feedback, say you might consider this and this,
No.
and
You know
then
what I
compare
do? I
them.
say, what do you think of this, Cole? What would you do, Cole? What do you love this image?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Yeah.
What don't you like about it?
Yeah.
What do you wish you could have done different? What
Yeah.
can you do to enhance what you like or de-hance what you don't like? But I get them to think, because again, we don't want parrots who simply repeat back what we say or follow a rule. We
Right.
want people who can see and think for themselves. And I believe you do that by doing that, not by
Yes.
getting the opinion of others and following their advice.
Yeah, I love that in previous shows too. We've touched on that and helping people to do self-critique rather than ask, because the easy thing is to go ask a so-called professional or someone who you admire and say, hey, what would you do to make this better? But that really is not the best practice, because then you're getting their vision imposed on
Yeah,
yours rather
yeah.
than rather than that person, pro whatever they might be, helping you to then find and then execute your vision is a lot better.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's another one. People telling me what I should or shouldn't do with my photographs.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's think about that. We've heard stories of workshop leaders who insist people put their tripod here,
Oh my gosh, yes.
compose this way, so they come home with a great shot, presumably to fall in love with that workshop leader because they helped them get
Yes.
this shot that looked like everyone else's on the tour.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy. So that's not workshop purpose, or that's not photographers in general, but photo leaders. Allow your people to find their vision. Doggone it. Stop telling them what they're supposed to do and put their tripod here.
Here's another one that will irritate others: buying a guidebook when you're going somewhere so you can get to the must-see sites. So you're going to have an image that looks just like everyone else's. I've never understood that. Here's another thing that kills me. At Zabriskie, the sun rises, hits Manly Beacon, click, 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 pack up our gear, head to the car and leave.
Yeah.
When there's so much other things to be photographed there.
Yes.
But I had in my mind to get Manly Beacon. I got it. Let's go on to the next iconic shot.
Hey, there's another. Okay, I got to write this one down because you and I are stink at remembering anything. Gosh, I hope I have something.
I can remember that you can't remember things. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
what is it?
So we should have a discussion, maybe you can do it right now, deeper discussion about how expectations, which is what you're talking about. So I'm going to make expectations.
That's a good one. That should be its own topic.
Yeah, we'll do that as its own topic, because that's what we're talking about. You go to Manly Beacon, that shows you how professional our show is. We're not going to cut any of that out because we don't care. We don't follow the rules of Instagram.
Yeah, we're rule breakers.
No, where are we? We're not on
Rules
YouTube.
are for fools.
Rules are for fools. I don't have that yet. But I was out in the Palouse since we last talked, and look at that. The Cougs.
What does it say?
The Cougs, Washington State Cougars, baby. They're in Pullman.
Oh.
Pullman, and then an 8-mile trip, and you're in Moscow, not Moscow, Moscow,
Wow,
Idaho, and where you got the Vandals.
The Vandals? Well, I'm not going there.
I know. Why would
break into
anybody
your
go
car or
to school?
anything?
Yeah, they're the Vandals. They vandalize everything over at the Pullman school there. So okay, so those are a few things. Tell us in the comments below. Tell us, some of the things that you wish photographers would stop doing or saying, and that kind of irritate the heck out of you. We're interested in what you have to say.
Hey, we'll end on this great one. How about the one where we are on a photo tour? Somebody is photographing something with a tripod, and somebody walks in front of them, puts their gear down, and starts photographing that right in front of them. So getting in other photographers' way, not being aware of what other people are doing.
Yeah, stop doing that for sure.
Yeah.
That is rather annoying. Yeah. being with you on a trip, I'll end with that. Being with you on a trip, horribly
Is
annoying.
really
I'm
annoying.
pretty sure I should stop doing that.
If you just stop talking.
You know
it would
what?
be a lot better.
I know that would be good. You know what I tried to find?
Huh.
Is my Faroe Island t-shirt, and I cannot find it for the life of me.
I don't remember it.
I've got a black t-shirt that says Farrar on it.
Oh,
Because you
I'm
and
gonna
I
wear
are
my-
heading to the Faroe Islands in a few weeks.
I'll bring my jacket with my patch on it,
With
my
the patch
Faroe
on
Islands
it.
patch.
All right, hey,
Okay.
that's enough. We're boring people to tears
See you
as
next week.
usual. All right, see you next week, buddy.